In scary movies, one of the hardest things to watch is the irrational stupidity of the victims. Victims is usually a woman, and usually while she is fleeing her attacker, has her head turned all the way around behind her to keep looking at the person behind her. Just go! It is not helping you to keep looking at the impending doom that is coming right at you. Just sprint. Also, you can't really see where you're going if you're looking behind you. You're gonna trip or run into something. And then, of course, inevitably, she trips and falls. And then, a lot of times, she'll crawl on the ground to try to get away from the attacker. Get up! Running with your legs is faster than crawling like a baby, no matter how fast you can crawl. Now, here's an example for you, an actual example. In the movie Halloween, okay, we have Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. She flees Michael Myers, who is after her with a giant kitchen knife. She runs into the house that belongs to the kid she's babysitting, sends the kids upstairs to hide. And then, of course, shortly after that, she runs into Michael Myers. Now, she actually manages to stab him in the throat with a knitting needle. She thinks he's dead. She picks up the knife, she holds it, she puts it down, and then she goes upstairs and extracts the kids from their safe hiding places. Unsurprisingly, soon after that, Michael Myers appears in the doorway. Then she sends the kids off somewhere else to hide again. She then runs into an adjacent room and hides in the closet, but then whimpers loudly, like that. Shut up! I know you're scared, just shut up. This is not like a tiny children's game of hide and seek where it's kind of fun if the guy finds you. So of course, the next thing she sees is him with this knife slashing through the closet door. And I'll stop there in case you haven't seen the movie. Now, I have always prided myself on being calm and cool and collected in scary situations. Case in point, in college, I'm with my then girlfriend. It's about 10:30 at night, and we have to go and retrieve her laundry from the laundry room, but she lives in an old brick, scary-ass building. And for this laundry room, you have to go outside into the backyard where it's pitch black, and then go into, this is the only way to access this room. And this room is like a tiny little dungeon. It's concrete and dark and dank. There's one little light bulb hanging from the ceiling. You know, these old brick walls are covered with ivy. And then you actually have to descend into this room. So, of course, she wants me to go with her. We go. We're about to step down into this dungeon laundry room when suddenly someone jumps out from the right side of us. Now, she screams bloody murder and then claws at my back like she's trying to climb me like a tree. I don't jump, I don't scream. All right, so the school I went to is actually in the middle of nowhere. It's a college town. So one year, at the end of the summer, I'm finishing up my stint as a summer RA. Now it's a summer, so there's like nobody in the town, it's a college town. There's like nobody on campus because it's the summer. I was an RA in the one building on campus that housed the kids that took summer classes. Now, on this particular day, all of the residents had moved out. So now I am actually one of 5 people in the entire building, and in fact, on the entire campus. So I, of course, have waited till the last minute to pack all my stuff. All right, so I have a door open, pack up all my stuff, and so I decide, little by little, as I pack stuff up, I'm gonna put it out into the hallway. It doesn't matter, there's no one there. Now I keep doing this, by the time I finish packing, it's college, right? It's like 3 in the morning, of course. So I think, all right, well, why don't I just try to get a little bit of shut-eye before the next morning when my brother comes to pick me up and help me move. I'm fully clothed, in my day clothes. I grab my pillow, close the door, put it on my sheetless bed, and lie down to get a little bit of sleep. But soon after that, I am woken up by some sounds that are coming from outside my door. So I kind of roll out of bed, and I walk over to the door, and I peek out the peephole. And what I see is a strange man who I've never seen before, kind of hunched over all my stuff, and he's rifling through it. And he's holding a pair of my socks. And the first thing I think is that Chris? Who's another RA who works in the building. Which is kind of like looking at someone that looks like George W. Bush and saying, is that Will Smith? Chris and this guy look nothing alike. rational thing to do, right, at this point, is to slowly back away from the door and call the police. This guy obviously does not belong here. All the residents are gone. This is a college dorm. The doors that lead in from the outside are locked. How did he get in here? He's somehow gotten in, wandered up to my floor, and is now looking through my shit. Back away, call the police. What calm and cool and collected I do is I open the door. Laurie Strode, if she were watching me, would have said, "Jennifer, what the hell are you doing?" I have now removed the only barrier between me and this man. So I open the door. When I open the door, he stands up and he turns to look at me. And when he looks at me, fear hits me like a tidal wave and washes over my body. And I'm paralyzed. I cannot move. And when I look at him, I gasp, like, and then I freeze, so that when I try to talk, there is no air in my body to push out the sound. But I try. It comes out sounding something like, "What are you doing here?" He says, "Oh, I just came into the building, I was looking around, and I saw all this stuff here, so I'm looking through it." There is still no air in my lungs. I say, "You have to get out of here." He looks at me, and then I close the door. And then I call the police. Now, I was lucky as shit that nothing happened to me in that moment. So lucky. Now, so to Laurie Strode and cohorts, I just want to say, I am sorry for all those times that I badmouthed you. It turns out that all those other times that I thought I was being cool and calm and collected in the face of scary situations, I didn't scream and I didn't jump because immobility and silence is the shape of my fear. When I am scared out of my mind, that's just it. I'm out of my mind. I don't know what I would do. If I came to face with Michael Myers or Jason or Freddy Krueger, I would probably hug them and then freeze.